Good morning, True Crime BFFs. How you doing this morning? Today is the day. It's Tuesday, September the 26th, and it is Mandy Brandi Day. And it turns out Dr. Kinsey is going to be there too. So this afternoon, sometimes in the afternoon, I'm not sure, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, sometime in the afternoon, Mandy Matney over there. Oh my God. Yeah, Mandy Matney and Brandi Churchwell. I always want to call her Brandi Glanville. Mandy Matney and Brandi Churchwell and Dr. Kinsey and some other lady named Brandi are going to be over on the 13th Juror giving like a live interview. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And so to celebrate the occasion, I have worn Mandy Drag. That is my Super Mandy t-shirt and my Mandy cape. And as you know, so actually this t-shirt is homemade. I just like got an iron on from my son. Made the logo because he like did his little art thing and he made the logo. And then, okay, this cape is driving me crazy. My son made the logo and then I just got like a little iron on from the craft store and ironed it on a blue t-shirt. But now it's starting to crack. And so I've made official Super Mandy t-shirts and mugs that are available over in the merch store. I will, I'll post a link, and all proceeds will go to Low Country charities. Low Country, Low County. I don't know. Down there in South Carolina. You know I'm not going down there. So, you know, down there in South Carolina, they're going to charity. I'm going to give whatever proceeds I make for the whole month from the merch store to Mal's Pals. That's Mallory Beach's animal charity. And Glorious Gift, which is Gloria Satterfield's charity. And I'm so thrilled to support our friends down there in the Low Country so they can do good things. But also, I'm super, super excited today. And I plan to wear this outfit, including the cape, all day. Do I have meetings today? Yes, I do. And will they see me in this? Yes, probably. Okay, maybe not for real. But like in spirit, this is the outfit I will be wearing with the cape. You know what? I'm so excited. I even ironed the cape. And by iron, I mean I sprayed it down with a bunch of wrinkle release because, you know, I don't iron. Do I seem like a girl who irons? I'm not. I don't. If the Lord had wanted me to iron, and by the Lord, I mean Betty White, had wanted me to iron, then they would not have made wrinkle release. Downey has taken away the need for ironing because that is what was necessary. So look, there is a lot going on in the true crime world. Oh, everybody was off at CrimeCon doing the little CrimeCon thing, and good for them. But there is other things going on. First of all, Miss Taylor Schabusiness is getting sentenced today. What do you think she's going to get? I personally think she'll be LWOP'd, but you know, I think they're going to put her in a nervous hospital. You know what I mean? I don't think they're just going to like put her in gin pop with everybody else. She's going to need some medicine to help her brain situation. I feel sorry for those other prisoners over there in Wisconsin because Lord knows how that's going to work out. Wait. I'm seriously loving my little cup of coffee this morning, but listen, I have to give you a coffee update. Yesterday morning, I was suffering greatly not having any coffee because I had a medical procedure that I thought was for today. And prior to this medical procedure, you can't have coffee for 24 hours. Not black coffee, not anything with caffeine. And I was like, I could probably do this. Maybe. I'm not sure. You can't even have decaf, the lady said. I was like, I'm sorry, what now? So I was white knuckling it through my day with herbal tea this close to cutting somebody. And then nice people from the hospital called and they were like, hey, we're just calling to do the whatever. And I was like, And so she's like, bring your insurance card and do this and wear sneakers and da-da-da. I was like, She said, for your appointment on Wednesday. Wednesday? Yesterday was Monday. I was like, you mean it's not tomorrow? She's like, no, ma'am, it's on Wednesday. You do not know how close I was to causing bodily harm to the people around me. The people in my office were not safe yesterday because I needed caffeine so bad. Literally, while still on the phone with the woman, I walked to the coffee machine and made myself a flat white because I was like, okay, I can have coffee. Right now. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay. I was like a junkie jonesing for my caffeine, which is a reminder to me I might be having too much caffeine in my diet. And so I've cut myself back to half calf. Maybe less caffeine in my flat white. This is all I'm saying. I could probably stand to be less caffeinated, although I still have a lot of energy uncaffeinated. It's just that when I get up in the morning, it's peaking, and by 10 a.m., it's gone. And I just want to take a nap or cut a bee if I have not had my caffeine. So this is my plan. I'm not supposed to have caffeine for 24 hours prior to the surgery. Right now, it's like 4:30 in the morning. The surgery is not until tomorrow. I mean, the surgery, the procedure, it's like a heart thing, is not until tomorrow at 8. So I'm having a cup of half calf now because I don't have to start my coffee fast until 8 o'clock this morning. So I'm just enjoying some fine coffee right now. Here's the thing though. I cook, I bake, I make everything homemade. So people assume that I'm making these like amazing special brews of beans and whatever at my house. You know what I drink at my house? Senka. And like ShopRite brand instant coffee. I drink instant coffee. Instant coffee is my favorite thing in the whole world, which is incongruent with the rest of my fancy Starbucks life. I mean, as you can tell, like my life is not really that fancy. I do love a Starbucks. Lord Jesus, I love myself a Starbucks and spend too much money on them. But I've cut myself down to one a day. It is a 24 ounce, but it is only one a day. And going forward, it's going to be a half calf, possibly a decaf, though probably not, but maybe a half calf. But at home, oh, I love iced coffee. I mean, I love instant coffee. Nothing is better than instant coffee. I don't even own a coffee maker. I mean, I own like a coffee press thing and like a pour over situation. You could call that fancy if you want to. I wouldn't. I like instant coffee because I just make some hot water in my instant kettle and then I put the crystals in my cup, and you can make it hot, you can make it cold, you can add stuff into it, throw it in the blender, make it frothy, whatever. Boom, coffee. Just like, I don't be brewing stuff. People come to my house and like, can I get a cup of coffee? I'm like, girl, I hope you like Sanka because I got a whole lot of Sanka, which is instant coffee. Anyway, you know I have gone far afield, as I am wont to do. So we covered Mandy Matney. We covered the Mandy Brandi collab. Friends, we need to talk about it. We should probably not be talking about it, but we need to talk about it. Well, there's a couple cases we need to talk about. First of all, Miss Shirley Strawberry. Now, I fully understand that some of y'all don't know who Shirley Strawberry is, and that is fine. I would suggest you do a quick Google search because in the Black community and in the radio community and in the Steve Harvey loving community, oh, everybody know who Miss Shirley Strawberry is. And so for those who don't know, Shirley Strawberry is Steve Harvey's sidekick. Steve Harvey he doesn't do The Price is Right. What's that show he does? Family Feud. He's done a zillion different TV shows. He's a stand-up comic. Although, you know, his funniness is like, he's funny. You get a little tee-hee out of him. It's a lot of people a lot funnier. But Steve Harvey is a brilliant businessman because he has all kinds of cash coming in from all different directions. Okay, good for him. But look, his trusty sidekick for like 30 some odd years has been Shirley Strawberry. And Miss Strawberry is known for giving sensible advice. Well, it turns out in her personal life, child was a hot ass mess. A hot ass mess. And so here's the thing. So we found out a couple months ago, her husband is in jail. And I was like, oh, well, maybe he had a speeding ticket. No, that is not the situation. He's in jail for being a Pedialyte, messing with the little kids and stuff, and for a bugger. That's what they call it down in South Carolina. I don't know what you call it in. Well, he's in Georgia, so maybe they call it buggery down there in South Carolina, doing ungodly things to animals. He's a long time con man. And so last week we learned that he and Shirley are not really married. They've been married for 8 years. Like, they had a big public wedding and it was all beautiful and all the everything was everything. And Shirley was just like, oh, I can hardly wait to marry this man. Miss Shirley, ma'am, calm down. Look, girl, you old. You need to take your time. There's no reason to like go rushing down the aisle just so you can be next to this fool. So, she went ahead and she got married, and the pictures are gorgeous, and there's pictures of them in a Bentley and in this and that, and he owns a security company and he owns this business and that business. The first question I would have asked this man when I met him is like, oh, that's great. You own all these businesses. What's your 401k look like? I'm gonna need a print out. No, you can't tell me. I'm gonna need a printout, electronic. See, I would do like the college transcripts. It can't come to you and then you give it to me. I'm gonna need it to come directly from the nice FICO people so I can see what's what. Not that I care so much about his credit score. I care a little bit about it. Like, you can't have a credit score in the single digits, but like, to show that you have like a history of paying things, you know, like in a timely fashion or whatever. It doesn't have to be an 800 credit score, but I need to see that you've like had steady employment and have been responsible with your funds and that kind of thing. Like, I just, she was in her 50s and 60s. She was in her 50s, I guess, when she married that man. Girl, at 50, you just like, okay, I'm taking his word for it. I'm going to go down the aisle. And everybody and their brother had warned her, like, child, he's a con man. Child, he cheated me out of money. And you know what she did? She took her little two dimes she was making from the Steve Harvey Morning Show and got his whole entire record scrubbed so that you couldn't see his past criminality. Oh, and then we found out on one of the jail calls, because, child, this show, Jail Calls from Prison, is releasing all kinds of jail phone calls, including a whole bunch of his business. And we found out that she was like, well, look, in the 8 years we have been married, you have been arrested 3 times. Say what now? How many times you got to be arrested before your wife is like, thanks so much for playing. No. 3 strikes, you're out. No. And this time, it looks like he's not getting out of prison. Also, we found out that she has been evicted from her homes 5 times. 5 times? Girl, how'd you get past 1? What? You might have a little mistake with 1, you get evicted, but we not getting evicted. You would get evicted. Okay, because all of that was not bad enough. Now listen, once the gossips and the blogs and everybody started talking about it, folks started coming out of woodwork. Well, let me tell you another crazy Ernest story. So this woman, Martha, came forward. And she's like, Shirley was never really married to him anyway, because I married Ernest in 2000 and our divorce was not final until 2021. Sorry, what now? You did what now? Okay. So when Shirley got married in 2015, that was not a legal marriage. Gotcha. So she going through all this hell for not a legal marriage. And then, not to be outdone, another ex-wife stepped up and was like, both of y'all are foolish, because I married Ernest 38 years ago and we never got divorced. They still married? He's still married. Shirley is his 4th wife, but he's still married to wife number 1. They were high school sweethearts or college sweethearts or something. They met back in the 80s, got together, got married, had kids, and he never divorced the first wife. Never divorced the first wife. So he never divorced the first one, went on and married the second one, and stayed illegally married to her for 20 years. Thought he got divorced, then married a different one and was married for 2 years. She threw his behind out with the quickness. She probably the smartest one in this whole bunch. And then here come along Miss Shirley. 8 years. Girl, all this time, and he's like triple not really married. He probably safer in jail, because I'm not saying I'm a violent woman. What I am saying is that I would have some thoughts and feelings that I would not want to express publicly if I were her and this was my situation. I would, And in other phone calls from prison, what's this little chick who was down there in South Carolina? Hey, South Carolina, we see you. Or was it North Carolina? I don't know. It's all the same to me. What are those Carolinas? That girl who was driving drunk and hit the bride on her wedding day and unalived the bride and deeply harmed the husband. Such a terrible story. The bride and groom were on a golf cart, and this ridiculous drunk girl was in a car. And so all of her jail calls got released. And I was like, oh, well, tell me everything. I want to see what this Mama Luca's out here talking about. So the first couple jail calls, she's like, Daddy, and being a ridiculous spoiled brat, right? Okay. So apparently her family has gotten wise to the fact that all your jail calls are out here. And so we need to do a full performance while we're on these jail calls, since now we know everybody's going to see them. So now it's like, yesterday phone calls from prison placed to show the call. And it was like, it's a video call. And I was like, oh, well, let me perch myself up and watch everything. You know, I wasn't sitting down. I was also cooking dinner and cleaning up the kitchen and doing 4 other things, but I was watching. And so the father was like, listen, your phone calls have gone public, so you need to watch what you say on this line because everything is getting out there. And she's like, what? What did I say? Which tells me that her abhorrent behavior of her stomping and crying and feeling sorry for herself. And why did this happen to her? She's a nice person. Why did this happen to her? Murder? Is that what you're talking about, ma'am? Why did this murder happen to you? Because you were driving drunk. That's why. She's like, why are golf carts allowed on the road anyway? Ma'am, why are drunk people allowed on the road? So her father was like, we can't say anything about anything. And she was like, what? He was like, shut. So these phone calls are them trading psalms back and forth. Okay. He's like, I pulled the psalm. So I was reading I have a psalm for you. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I was like, okay. Clearly, Jesus is doing a life sentence, actual Jesus, because all y'all finding him down at the prison. I was like, oh, okay. Here we go. So she's like, here's some things I would like to do with my life. I would like to get out on bond. Her father was like, shh. She's like, but I'm willing to be sober. Before she was saying it was unfair that she had to go to rehab. Bitch, you killed somebody with your car while driving drunk. Now you think it's unfair that you have to go to rehab? It's unfair that somebody is unalive because of your irresponsible actions. Now she's like, well, I'm saying if I get to go live in mommy's, then I'm going to go to church. Okay. And I'm going to help veterans and animals. And I'm going to whatever. She has a whole list of crap she going to do now. Okay, girl. Honestly, it seems like prison or jail, whatever, has been good for her because this is probably the longest period of sobriety she's ever had. She seems calm. She seems clear. None of that makes her less of a murderer. Because, girl, you was at the scene of the crime talking about what happened. I don't understand what happened. Blah, blah, blah. The sad thing is that, first of all, obviously, there's a lot of BUIs down there in the Carolinas, boating under the influence, which I didn't even know was a thing, but they got a whole bunch of coastline. And so people just boat and drink and do whatever and run one another over willy-nilly. What y'all do in South Carolina or North Carolina or wherever this happened. But you usually don't get a big giant sentence for killing somebody with your car if you was drunk. Like, if you just kill somebody with your car regular, do you get a long sentence? Unclear. So we know from the Janet Hines case. Y'all remember Janet Hines and her nosy daughter-in-law, Melissa. She killed a police officer while driving drunk with her car, and she got like 7 years. What? So I'm hoping because of local outcry, this girl can go on and have a very close relationship with Jesus during her 20-year sentence. She probably not going to get 20 years because it's her first offense, but 15, 35, something. She needs to get a significant sentence. But I'm not in charge of laws down there in the Carolinas. I know it's shocking to you that I'm not a lawmaker because don't I seem like I should be a lawmaker? I should be making the rules for everybody and everything. But alas, I am not. And so we're just going to have to let the law and the whatever be whatever it's going to be. But look, I need to do yoga this morning, right? I need to stretch and get my body right and together and build strength and whatever. Ooh, and enjoy my coffee. I feel like it's probably obscene for me to be up here stroking my coffee like I am, but I'm just so happy to be reunited with my BFF. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow morning when I'm back to not drinking coffee again. I even have to drink this before 8 a.m. because of the 24-hour rule. But, oh, hang on. I just needed to touch my lover there for a minute. But look, today's gossip is brought to you by Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo members Kim Farnham, Jen N. Hey, Jen girl, I see you in the comments all the time. How you doing? How's your mama name? And Kathy Bilodeau. You from Louisiana? That sounds French. Maybe you're from France. Okay, look. These fine ladies, Kathy, Kim, and Kathy. Ooh, KJK. No, wait. I said Kathy, Kim, and Kathy. Thank goodness I'm cute, because clearly I am not that bright. Kathy, Jen, and Kim are members of Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. So on your phone, if once you click the subscribe button, you click like and subscribe already, right? Please go ahead and click the like button. It helps other true crime friends find us. Once you click subscribe, it turns into join. That's how it looks on my phone. I have an iPhone 14 mini. I don't know what you have. But on my phone, once you click subscribe, it becomes join. And then you can click join and decide what level of membership is right for you. And if you can't join or you don't want to join, that's okay. We still going to be here every day. We do Rise of True Crime. That's in the morning when we get together and have a little chitty chat. And then lunchtime True Crime. And then in the evenings for our members, we get together and we have private conversation. We don't talk about y'all. Not at all. Not at all. It's true crime, plus just like a little chat about whatever, and sometimes live. And so there's the professional gossip level and the hot gossip level. Hot gossip level gets all the things. Professional gossips know a little bit more about my personal life. My kids and my family and my thoughts of just right before I started recording this, I recorded just like a little video diary for my friends at the professional gossip level. But that's just between me and them. That's not between you. No, go. Enjoy the regular morning true crime. It's fine. It's fine. We love having you here. Mwah. You're one of my favorites. Okay, look. I'm about to go and do some stretching and yoga. These sunrise salutations are not going to do themselves. But in the meantime, I'm going to see you over there at Mandy, Brandi, Dr. Kinsey Tuesday while wearing my cape and my shirt. Get yourself a shirt in the merch store. I'm so glad you're here. And also, I'll see you today at Lunchtime True Crime. It's Murdaugh week. We are covering that Netflix documentary, that hot ass mess that is the Alec Murdaugh, a Southern scandal. So I'm gonna see you later today. Go on, go do the rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.